Happy 4th of July.
Today's video is brought to you by Assiniboia Downs Gaming and Event Center. And be sure to tune in to Trust the Profits Live Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern for Monday Night Lights, hosted by Matthew DeSantis.
Trust the Profits, it's the formula here, and we're going to be talking about the 2023 Port Washington Stakes at Belmont. Today is the 3rd of July. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, and this is when the Port Washington's going to be run. It is a 6-horse race. One of them is a main track only horse entered, so slim pickings here, okay? I'll be honest with you. So it's going to be run at Belmont tomorrow, 125K stakes race. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to run through this. It's going to be very quick, and then I'm going to be giving you safe plays and value plays for the rest of the card as well. So stay to the end, get a little bit of the full field rundown. Not exactly a full field, but I'm going to give you what they got, and then I'm going to give you my my safe plays and value plays for the rest of the card. Got it? Everybody happy? I hope so. Good. Let's keep moving here. Runaway Rumor in the 1 spot. 17 races, 4 wins, 4 second places. Obviously, the safe horse to pick here in terms of a win place show. Last time out, lost by a neck at the Mount Vernon, a 1-mile race to Marvelous Maud, and defeated Samura by less than 2 lengths in that race. Previously lost the Plenty of Grace stakes by 2 lengths to EV Jets and White Beam, winner of the Ticonderoga, a 200K race, charging from behind to win that one over the finest work. Always stays within 2 to 4 lengths of the pace, charges from behind, so got ourselves a little bit of a closer. This is the horse that has been racing in the most stakes races, graded and otherwise, of all the horses in this pack. So definitely the class of the pack, in my opinion. Runaway Rumor. Next up, you have Sonura. 3 wins in 6 races. Last time out, lost by 2 lengths. The Mount Vernon to Marvelous Maud and Runaway Rumor. Of course, we just talked about the race we just talked about. Previous to that, 2 races, AOC races at Aqueduct and Gulfstream, winning both races, beating What Love Looks Like in the most recent one. Sonura is the second favorite in this one, also extremely low odds. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a cut and paste error there with the jockey and the trainer. Don't worry about that. Keep moving on. Keep moving on. Golden Rocket, 12 races, 3 wins. Last time out, a 45K AOC, 1 mile. Came in 6th place in that one, 15 lengths back. Ran 2 45K AOC races before that. Little success. Golden Rocket having some problems lately. Hasn't looked that good. Last win was in August of this past year, so almost been a year since he's had a win. And that race, and he won was the New York Stallion. I mean, he's had a good run here and there, the Golden Rocket, but definitely has faded. I don't have a whole lot of faith here in Golden Rocket. Moving on, Freddie Mo Factor. Last out, finished 8 lengths back in a 95K AOC race, so definitely racing at a higher value than some of these other horses. Still not exactly a stakes race. Previous to that, ran 7th place, 15 lengths back in his only graded stakes race, the Mount Vernon. Workhorse gets run every week or two. You see a lot of single digits in between races in terms of last time raced. Hasn't had a win in 9 races, which we're calling March here, 9 races. And that was a 14K claimer. Freddie Mo Factor definitely feels like he's been outclassed here and feels like he should be definitely running in some lower stakes races. Prove me wrong, Freddie Mo. What Love Looks Like. 3 wins, 3 second places in 9 races. Pretty good stats there in terms of the first and second place finishing overall in the money, 7 out of 9. First time racing in graded stakes, though. Sorry, in a stakes race, graded or otherwise. Last time out was a first place win in an AOC race at Belmont, beating a 7-horse field at a mile's length. Previous to that, came in second to Sonura in an 8.5 furlong event, 45K AOC race at Aqueduct. Very productive horse from Todd Pletcher. Stalks the pace. If there's any horse that could be an upset here, and again, 4 to 1, calling that an upset, but you know, there's a lot of horses in here that are under 2 to 1. This is the one that you would look at to upset the pack. And then, of course, we have Sunset Louise, 3 wins in 6 races. It's a main track only horse. Wired his last 2 races, both AOC races, 50K and 45K respectively at Belmont. Only experience in stakes race was an 8th place finish. Faltered towards the end in that one, so not exactly a good showing. But this is a second stakes race, so we'll see what happens here. For Sunset Louise, looks like I got the trainer wrong on that one as well. But like I said, this is a small race. Runaway Rumor is my pick to win here. What Love Looks Like is a value play at 4-1. I do think that it's Runaway Rumor here, definitely setting the class for this whole group. Sunset Louise, if it does become a dirt race, main track, Sunset Louise looks like a good play here. Short and sweet. We're talking a 5 horse race because some of these horses are for sure going to get scratched. One at the one at the least, one at the least. Thank you, brain. Let's move on to some other plays. So I went through race 1 already. I said Runaway Rumor at 6-5 is the safe play, with What Love Looks Like as being more of a value play. Moving on to race 2, I'm Just 5-2, and then the value play being there, Rafua at this distance. I do like Rafua at 4-1 to win, but I do have I'm Just in there as being my top in terms of safe plays. Again, that's another small field there, so 4-1. I'm playing around with the value play. Um, Race 3 is 1 and 2. I do like Portfolio Company Masterpiece. I like Masterpiece a little bit higher. There's a couple 9-5s in there. I'm at the 1 and 1A spot. So the reason I'm calling a 7-2 a value play here is because you do have a couple 9-5s that I'm playing against. As we move on to race 4, Frat Pack, a 9-5. But I really like Omni King here at 8-1. 6 furlongs, his pace numbers I think are pretty favorable here. So at 6 furlongs, I think that that could come into play here for Omni King. So look for him to maybe make some damage. Mystical Curlin at 2-1 in race 5. But I do like the closing numbers in a longer race here for Queen Connection at 5-1. Also Hang Tight looks good in this spot as well. Um, but yeah, the value on Mystical Curlin's last few races in my play, meaning uh, yeah, the value of the races in terms of the purse size and where he finished, I think are extremely favorable to Mystical Curlin in this race, so he can't be ignored. Yes and Yes at 5-2 and Cazadero at 6-1. One of my little secrets here, one of the ways I've been beaten so many times before is by ignoring Jose Ortiz when it comes to New York turf. And this is a race where Cazadero, Jose Ortiz, New York turf. I like the numbers on the horse as well. So yeah, take that one in your hat. Federalist Papers in race 7, 7-2. And Armani's Image at 8-1. I do like Federalist Image here, very strong horse, but the closing power on Armani's Image at a 10 furlong race also can't be ignored. Icy Stare Down, I like him to win here or finish close. He does so consistently, so he's probably one of the safer horses, I think, in this race and in most of the races. Great pace numbers too at say 6 furlongs. Golden Arm and Feathers Road at 12-1. Ortiz brothers here, getting some love on both of those. Jose on turf at 12-1 at Feathers Road. Not that I'm hanging too much on Jose here, but again, he's going to hit one or two of these. And then Anatolian at 3-1 in race 10 keeps getting better. I mean, this is a horse that's shown a lot of improvement over the past 3 to 5 races. Out of Sight, Worth a Look, and Lullaby Land. I mean, we're sticking on the turf here. Distance on turf. Jose has Lullaby Land. I think that's probably my 3rd or 4th horse here. But again, with Jose, I might bump him up a little bit in my own personal rankings here. But I do like Out of Sight a lot. I think he graded out well for me here. So that's what I think. What do you guys think? Hit us up in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching and have a good 4th of July.